turns out, it turns out that I didn't press pause. I didn't press pause. So whatever I just said in the last video is now lost in obscurity. Or out in the ether. Or gone to the wind. Whatever way you want to put it. I'm sitting down, talking to you, but mostly myself, but talking to you is about the fate of how people treat each other. Long gone are the days where you could just make fun of someone for the sake of making fun of someone as a young kid and have it absolutely mean nothing. But growing up, when you get to a certain age, you realize that the things you said to people, and you reflect and what you said, and you realize that, yeah, that wasn't really cool, or that wasn't really nice, or, oh, that was kind of fucked up. And it doesn't just happen to the best of us. It happens to the worst of us. It happens to anywhere in between. It's just the way it happens. There's no reason that anyone should treat anyone poorly in the great, beautiful land that we live in. But when you're young, you're a juvenile, you're an adolescent, you make egregious mistakes. You just pray to God that the mistakes are something that can be worked through. Be honest. I mean, anyone, is there something that you said in the sense of making fun of someone or being mean towards someone? Is there something that you wish you would take back? Is there something that you wish you would have said to someone to make them feel a little bit better? Is there something that you could have said but you didn't that might have made someone's day better? The answer is yes. Yes, for all three. Because we've all done it. We've all done it. How can you deny yourself from what you've said? It doesn't mean that's the person you are. That doesn't mean that's your person. You know what it does mean? At least if you think about it, it means that you've grown as a person. Who's to say anything's right or wrong? Life is a goddamn gamble. It's full of ups and downs and woozies and wazzies and can all go into fairy dust. But can you truly tell yourself at the end of the day that you were a decent person? Well, let that marinate with you. Mistake you make, or an anger you feel. Could be a mistake, but you have to really realize and have to ask the question, did it hurt someone else? Well, there it is. How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you get past that? How do you take the step above that? How do you go beyond? Recognition. How do you feel better to your own self? I don't know. Alcohol, psychotropic drugs, recreational drugs. I don't know. That's up to you. It's me. Me. I'm way beyond that. Oh, aren't I such a hypocrite? There's not many things that are important in life. Life is a very fickle thing. In a lot of places around this world, life is not a value, it's just a commodity. Air, water, shelter, food. You got that? You have those four. Okay. Now, do you have heat in that shelter? Oh, okay, good. Do you have air conditioning? God forbid it gets too hot. Yes. What about when your beverage gets too warm? You have ice? Oh, thank God, yes. Yes. What happened if your heat and your air conditioning and your ice went away? Well, I know how I would feel. It would fucking suck. It would absolutely fucking suck. But I would remember that caveat that's lingering in the back of my head. The caveat is, at least you still have life. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Nah, you do. You're not gonna die because your rosé wasn't chilled enough. You're not gonna die because you don't have air conditioning in your house. Well, depending on where you live, and depending on how hot it is. Okay, maybe. You're not gonna die because you have a lack of access of water. Because we all have water. And I'm talking from Northern California standpoint, Sonoma County. I have water. I don't give a shit how it tastes. At least it doesn't have lead in it. I'm not in Flint, Michigan. I have water. Okay, let's keep running down the list. You're not gonna die because your Redwood Credit Union debit card went through maintenance. So you can't actually access your account for an hour or two. I mean, you should have a fucking Amex. Step your game up. And you're not gonna die because your parents say mean things to you if you still live at home. You should be completely content and realize your situation. And then expand through your situation, create different avenues, and get on with your goddamn life. It's absurd. School shootings. That's a very tragic thing that our country faces on a daily basis. A lot of people like to say that the fix is limiting guns. With that, I fully agree. You should limit guns to people who shouldn't have guns. If you have a mental health history where you're on psychotropic drugs, sorry, homeboy. You should own guns. And I don't think, and I agree with California's 10-day waiting period. Because if you're pissed off, you want to kill your wife, or kill someone, and you just want to go and get a gun, make you wait 10 days. Then, during that 10 days, let your anger marinate. And then, I mean, if it's warranted to you, it was justified to the individual, after 10 days, pick that gun up and shoot that bitch. If it's warranted to you. You'll go to prison for premeditated murder. Murder first. But if that's what you want, then that's your right. That's your right. Should be able, but for the reasonable citizens around this country, you should be able to strap yourself. Because there's so much unreasonability in this country. It's just the fact of the matter. It's a sad fact of the matter. But now, I'm a liberal. I'm a Democrat. I'll say it. if you look at the history of this nation and the way the Second Amendment has developed, you would carry straps. I would carry straps. Not to say that I have any. But speaking of me being liberal, I'm only liberal in the sense that I believe in. See, liberal. Most of the things I think about, I'm actually conservative. See, most people get conflated with these just binary terms. Do I believe in people owning guns? Yes. Well, I'm a conservative. No, not quite yet. Not quite yet. Well, I believe that states should decide their own doctrines on immigration. Well, I believe so. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. I believe that any woman should be able to decide whether or not to terminate their baby. Oh, well, hold up. Jesus Christ. Didn't know you were going to hit me with that. Jesus Christ. I'm out here looking like Zelensky, and you're talking about abortion. In a truly free nation, you should be able to kill babies. But not kill babies. If you should be in a truly free nation, you should set limits. But not draconian limits that are so stark in the sense where you don't even know you're pregnant. Well, I'm a liberal, so you should just let meth be available to people on the streets of Portland. No. Find a fucking balance. It's an embarrassment to this country that all of our politicians get these polar fucking opposites of draconian dictations. How the fuck are regular people supposed to have their voice when it's such an either or on the far ends of the spectrum? Every American is completely in the spectrum. Reasonable Americans are in the middle of the spectrum. Radical Bud Light commercials. Radical gun laws. That doesn't hearken to the centrist people of America. It never has and it never will. Because that's not the point. The regular ass people who own property, who don't own property, who like the America that they grew up in, they don't give a shit about these fringe ends of the spectrums. They only care about the fact that they can fucking feed their kid. That they can go to work 40 hours a week and have some money in their pocket. Oh, wait, no, they can't. It's gone through the roof. Why do you think all these poor mothers have been working 2 jobs just to get their babies through school? In the hopes that their baby's smart enough to go to college. Because they had to work 2 jobs. You harken back 50, 60 years ago, you could work a minimum wage job, lease a new car, pay the insurance on it, pay your gas. You'd have some money in your savings, have some money in your checkings, and you'd have some money in your pocket. Ask anyone from the 1960s or 70s what it was like just to work a job. A job. Grocery store. Fucking pizza parlor. How were they doing? Well, they were doing alright. I went to school to do better. Now, you have to go to school to do better. And then what? Be stuck in the same suck pit? As a society, we have not figured it out. And at this point, with how things are progressing, the acceleration of everything going on, nothing's ever going to get figured out. Middle class has been destroyed 40 years. Lower class, well, no one ever gave a shit about the lower class, but right now, the middle class is with the lower class. So all you have is this and that. The ones and the ones without. So what the fuck is anyone supposed to do? And that's the question I beg.